Now, I'm your commander.
Hello everybody and welcome to a game that I have really been excited to play. This is a game that I have played numerous times over the years, completed it more times than I can remember. And in fact this is the first Dreamcast game that I ever played. So that is why I wanted it to be the first Dreamcast LP that I actually bring to you guys. Now the way I'm recording this is pretty weird. I've got there's no emulation. This is actually from the system itself. So I've got the Dreamcast hooked up to a VGA adapter, which is the best signal the Dreamcast can put out. Then I have that hooked up to a digital HDMI to VGA converter, and then that is going into the Hauppauge. So it's the only way I could get it to be recorded in its proper RGB VGA quality. Anyway, let's hit A, select our memory card, and we're going to go for a new game. They are actually my initials. So what should we call it? I don't know. Let's go something LP1 will do. Right, so here we are. This game does have multiplayer, and back in the day it was an awful lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Now, the premise of this game is you play as this little kid, and he's a very imaginative little kid, I might have to add. And it's kind of like a puzzle game, which will be more evident as we get into it. But it's one of my favourite games, and like I say, I'm pretty good at this game. I'm probably not the best player of it on YouTube, but I'm pretty damn good. So I'm a little bit concerned that some levels of this might be more of a speed run than an actual walkthrough. But anyway, let's get into it. Right, so we have 6. Is it 6 rooms? I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually 7 then. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there is also a bonus stage. Oh no, there's 8 including the basement, so there's technically 9. There's actually a hidden stage at the end of the game, which not many people actually got to, because it's kind of strange. This game was really hard when I was a kid. I remember it being so hard. And I had a friend that always used to come over, and we always used to play this for hours and hours and hours, and we never beat it, I don't think. But since then, I actually think this game's kind of easy, because I've played it so many times. So if we go into a room, we will have 7 challenges. We'll have 6 missions, and then a boss run. So we also have different vehicles on each mission. Some you can have vehicles be destroyed, others you're not allowed to lose anything. There are certain different stipulations in each level. There's also a boss time you'll see in the corner. There you go, 140 there, 145 there. Now, that's basically the boss's time. If you beat it, you get a gold medal, and I believe you have to beat all of them to unlock the special stage at the end. So we're going to be doing that. It's not actually that hard. Right, let's dive in. I am Cyclone, and I am the boss of the kitchen. I've got 6 tests lined up for you. Let's see what you're made of. Try landing the plane on the runway, then use the helicopter to drop 2 sugar lumps into the cup of hot cocoa. Finally, use the pickup truck to find the chocolate bar. Yes, nothing too difficult here. Okay, also this game has some really good music. So this is very easy. This is just getting used to the controls. And there's a cat turd in the litter box. I always used to find that pretty weird when I was a kid. There's also a lot to explore in these levels. They're very interactive for the time. So you push X to switch your vehicles. You can only switch vehicles when your current one has come to a complete stop. Now, not all vehicles are armed. There are several classes which we'll get into as we go. This is a transport craft, as you can see by the fact that we are transporting mighty lumps of sugar, and we need to be on a complete flat surface. There we go. This is quite a light vehicle, a vehicle that we actually get to use quite a lot through the game. Now, we can go up these ramps and they will change gravity. You will not fall off a hard surface or a wall or a ceiling, but you cannot get back to the original plane that you came from unless you go across one of these either, and we completely fluff that up. But it doesn't matter because it's the first level and it's really hard not to beat the time. Oh no, we completely balls that up, so let's quickly restart. Now, things can go quite bad very quick in this game, but most of the levels are very quick, with a couple of exceptions. Come on, there we are, land the plane, switch to this bass. Now, for a long time I was actually using a copy of this game. I have loads of copies of Dreamcast games. I always back up my originals because, as a lot of you know, the Dreamcast boxes are really fragile, so I always have a copy that I usually play. But the copy of this game doesn't actually have the music, which is annoying because the music adds quite a lot. Now, unfortunately, when you do copy Dreamcast games, one of the first things to go is the music. But that's why you shouldn't copy the Dreamcast games unless it's your only option. You should always buy them. Right, so now that is what you're supposed to do. Boosts are a double-edged sword in this game. They can really help you, but at the same time they can really fuck you over as well. Because when you when you take a boost, that's it, there's no going back. You just go hell for leather forwards, which can lead you off cliffs, off ramps, into walls, all that sort of stuff. Okay, just look at you, already gloating just because you managed to do one measly training mission in record time. Now, this is actually a French game as well, and it's the only game made by the company, I think, what are they called? I can't remember if they're No Cliche or No Cliche. I can't remember what they were called now, or No Click. Looking at the yeah, No Cliche, I think. And unfortunately, this was the only game they actually made. Now, what's interesting, the boss will taunt you if you don't beat his time. Even if you win, he will actually gloat you. And if you fail it, obviously you get a worse gloat. Or a worse taunt, I should say. You've managed thus far, but you're nothing unless you can cook. Okay. Drop the eggs into the water and don't forget to light the stove. Alrighty. Now, this is very easy. Now, what you're supposed to do, you'll see you have a tank there, but you don't need it for this mission. This plane is meant basically just for lighting the stove, but if you want to get the best time, you can, if you're careful, and this isn't an exact science, you can actually nudge the eggs into the pot. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now, I'll explain more mechanics as we go through the game. Come on. Right, so we only actually need to get 2 of these eggs into the pot. Come on. Come on. And, whoa. And I also must say, it's a very nice looking game for the time. It really does hold up well, especially in VGA mode. Come on. There we are. If we can, and as you can see, there's a pretty good physics engine in this game. I believe it's got to be one of the first. I don't think it's Havoc physics or anything like that, but it's pretty good. Okay, now this is a very interactive game. There's all sorts of things you can do, like you can light stoves, shoot out lights, turn on taps. And turning on taps is actually has a use. If you fly under a tap, it does repair your vehicle. Only really exploitable in aircraft. Now, this is this lazy ass cat. I always used to love shooting the cat. He does actually react as well. If you start shooting him, he gets up and runs around a bit. So, okay, easy enough. Didn't quite beat my test time there. Look at that, 59 seconds. It doesn't hurt to wait. I'll make you pay for your offences later. Yeah, if you say so. So what have we got next? And now, that is actually the first mission I played back in, it's got to be 2000. Yeah, I would have thought so. It was Christmas 2000, and I remember I really, really wanted a Dreamcast. I didn't think I was going to get one either, but I did, obviously. But I remember the first time I saw the machine up and running, it was playing this game. And you got to remember, there was no internet or anything like that back then. And I played this level, and I was just in love. So let's do it. Looks like your supply boat is about to run into some serious trouble with the submarines patrolling the area. Use your radar to search and destroy the 6 enemy submarines. Sounds easy enough, and it is. I've played this way too much. Okay, so there's our sub. And we need to watch his ass as he goes through. Now, I love this plane. This is probably one of my favourite planes in the game. There is a ludicrous amount of vehicles in this game. It's unreal. So, we need to collect as many pencils as we can. Pencils are your kind of go-to weapon in this game. They're basically homing missiles. You also have rubbers, which we're probably never going to use. At least not much anyway. And you have tacks, which we definitely won't be using. Tacks are mines that you leave behind your aircraft. Rubbers are bombs. Now with your basic weapon, 4 shots will pretty much destroy anything. And you can see enemies also drop these circular orbs. They're power-ups. These power-ups are for your secondary weapon, like your missiles and that sort of thing. 3 levels per weapon. And that is for our guns. Guns are unlimited, secondary weapons are not. The white markers are the most powerful, obviously. That's our 3rd upgrade. So let's continue sniffing out submarines. There's one. This sucker's trying to slide by. Now the weapon pickups really the pickups are not always weapon pickups, but the pickups that the submarines and enemies in general drop are always random. That's not scripted at all. So there is some variation in the missions like that. Depending on the items the game gives you, can make the mission either significantly easier or significantly harder. There are certain occasions I've had where I've been behind an enemy and I've been shooting it hoping it's going to drop something good, and it drops a boost, and you just grab the boost and it fucks everything up. But those moments are kind of rare. I actually did better there. I beat my old time by 4 seconds. Not bad, not bad. Okay, I admit your superiority just this once, but remember, you may have won the battle, but you haven't won the war. Alright. Infiltration. Now this is where it starts getting more puzzly. My comrades are procuring a powerful new weapon capable of annihilating you in a split second. He's power mad. Lucky for you, they're waiting for reinforcements right now, but it won't be long. The convoy mustn't be allowed to reach the base. Use the plane to destroy the gate so your supply truck can gain access to the enemy base, then steal the secret bomb and blow up the bridge. Okay, well, that's true, but we're actually going to use the plane for a little bit more than that. What we're going to do is we're going to pilot it over here and grab these pencils, because there are some turrets and some tanks which, although don't really get in your way, it does make it a little bit easier if you take them out. So we're going to, and it doesn't add too much onto your time. So 4 missiles is all you need. You can also shoot enemy missiles out of the sky if you get lucky. Not really too bothered about picking up power-ups, but we might as well since we're here. And we'll grab these suckers as well. Now, this game does get significantly harder. Come on. Get it. There we go. Alright. There's actually a tank in here, which actually we don't need to bother about. Come on. There we go. Let's park that sucker up there. We need to switch to this and grab the bomb. I actually kind of prefer this view for the ground vehicles. There is an insane amount of views that you can have in this game. Probably just to show off how good the game looked back then. But Some of them are handy, some of them are completely useless. Let's snake our ass up here. Also, you have a fuel limit on all of your vehicles, and it does run dry pretty quick. Now, it doesn't actually... you don't die if you run out of fuel, your vehicle just becomes very, very slow. So let's grab that bomb. That tank is a complete and utter waste of time. Now we need to go stick this sucker there. And switch up to our plane and waste the bridge. Now also, if you do lose a vehicle on this mission, the boss does gloat a bit. But as long as you're careful, you really shouldn't have any trouble. Now, did we get the... Yeah, we did. Wow, we had 2 minutes 10 to do that. Not quite as quick as my test play, but there we go. At this rate, it won't be long till we meet face to face in a terrible duel. Very true. Your days are certainly numbered. Air Raid is a good mission. Now, you can see it says new room available. I think you only have to complete 4 missions before the next room opens, but we're just going to do room by room. There's always a race as well in every room, and although the races are okay, they can be subjected to lots of glitching because there's a physics-based system in this game. Certain things can happen, like for instance, you can see there's a ring of cans. Those cans can fall down and knock you out, and things like that. Yeah, there's a little bit of luck in this game. Now let's see what kind of pilot you are, if you dare. Put on your helmet and dash through these fiery rings. Race to be one of the top 3 finalists. Okay, easy enough. Now some of the races do get pretty hard. So we are in this German Messerschmitt toy. It's not a bad plane. I think it's slightly faster than the American one. Okay, see, stuff like that. I may have just ballsed this race up. You can actually destroy the other planes, and there isn't actually a penalty for doing that. Come on, there we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Quick turn. And again, this is mostly comes down to memorization. There we go. Is that even a word? There we go. Easy as that. Schooled the others. Although I think only by half a second. Yeah. Well, yeah, about that. So yeah, this is all about memory, the races. Bah, you won't be so lucky. You won't always be so lucky. Okay, so Air Raid. We can actually go face the boss now. Now, a cool thing is, at the end of the game, when you go and fight the Toy Commander, your vehicles are all the bosses. Now, if you defeat all the bosses, you actually have more of them to fight the Toy Commander with, because you only get the bosses that you only get the end bosses that you've beaten. So think of them as extra lives. But to be fair, once you know how to beat the Toy Commander, it's easy. Right, Air Raid. Your base will be history. What with my allies and their powerful bombers against you, I'd like to see you try and defend yourself. Your best defense may be to attack. Take down the enemy bombers, but don't let them destroy your base. Remember, their weak spot is their hangar. Yeah, basically, I keep saying that. I don't know why. I never used to keep saying basically. No, I don't say it when I'm not recording at all. It's annoying. Okay. So yeah, we have to go for their hangar. It does make things a lot easier, because I think they continuously spawn whilst their hangar is still going. Now you get given a jeep and this fine aeroplane, but to be honest, we don't even need the jeep. We need to pick up some weapons, and I've forgotten where they are already. There's some. Now we've actually started with the second upgrade of weapons, which is quite rare. Now we're also going to fly under here. So we have to destroy all the bombers, but they're just going to keep coming till we destroy the hangar anyway. So what you're really meant to do, I think, from what I remember, is use the jeep to attack their base. But we're just going to snipe all their men and cheese it, because this is the only real way to get the boss time. So let's just hammer the hell out of the hangar. Now it's burning, so it's heavily damaged, and we're just going to hammer it with this. We are kind of screwed because of how much damage we've taken. As you can see, our indicator, we're dead. Let's try that one again. That was my fault. I was doing way too much damage to ourselves. Okay. Now that's how quickly the mission can turn. Pretty much every object is destroyable as well, which is pretty cool. Not everything, but most things. So here come the bombers. Now we do have to shoot these guys down. Now there is some more ammo around here somewhere. Okay. Alright, so we don't really need to take that out, but we will. Let's work over some of these troops. So 3's the magic number with those guys. 1, look at that. There we go. This is what we want. Gold upgrades our machine gun, as I've already said. Now your machine gun becomes really, really powerful. It is an awesome weapon. Now let's grab those. Now we have the max level second weapons. That is going to really help. Okay. Now the reason enemy bombers are spawning is because our base is doing a lot of damage. There we go. That's that done. Now if we can just turn around. There we go. Okay. Let's beeline it back to our base before these arseholes completely destroy it. Okay. And because we've got these upgraded guns, that is going to make a huge difference as well. Now you can't keep continuously firing your guns because they do overheat after a while. Okay. Might as well waste this guy for the hell of it. What's he dropped? He's dropped some bombs. Not actually that helpful, as you can imagine. Turning circle in this plane's not brilliant, but it'll do. Alright, let's take this guy out. Oh, we actually got some missiles. We didn't need them for that guy. There we go. Oh, we're finished. Alrighty. That's how easy that one was. Yeah, wow, look at that. You actually get 245 to do that. To actually beat the boss's time. So you have plenty of time for that one. I can't stand it. Bring it on. Let's go. Alright, buddy. Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, we have. There we go. Beaten all the times. Yeah, so let's go fight this sucker. Here we are, face to face at last. Which one of us will be victorious? Do you really think you even have a chance? Even with all those missiles, there's no way to defeat me. Now, a lot of this comes down to luck as well, depending on how your vehicle bounces around and things. But most of the time, he's ridiculously easy. You can waste him in a few seconds. Alright. Boom. Okay, so let's go to work. First thing we need to do is take out his arms. And we're getting some sound distortion as well. I don't know where that's coming from. Come on! There we go. Easy as that. Take him apart piece by piece. And that's the end of the first room. 17 seconds. Wow, that's humiliating. It's actually my best time as well. It took me 20 seconds last time. Not bad, not bad. Poor Cyclone is completely debunked. But he didn't really have the soul of a mutineer. In any case, I'll let him join your side if he likes. Okay, well, there we go. That's going to be the end of the first video there. I'm probably going to do this to begin with room by room, but the missions do actually start getting longer and more complex, so we're just going to have to wait and see how it goes. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this video. I am, and I hope to see you next time.